Welcome guys, welcome back to another episode. This week we're going to talk about sponsorship. It's quite commonly known as sponsorship, but actually sponsorship is a wrong word. That would mean that it's a one-way street between company and athlete, which is not the case. So I prefer the word partnership, which it's also quite common, but people talk about sponsors. But partnership and sponsorship, I don't know much about any of that in the triathlon world. I know a few details from some pro athletes how it works, but what I do know a thing or two about is the business world, which is basically the exact same thing. So the basic concept of a partnership between an athlete and a company is this. The company's goal is to make revenue and sell their product. The athlete's goal is to train full-time to become the best athlete he can be, whatever the sport. The link between the two is that the company or the people that are leading the company decide, hey, we want to invest financially or with our product or both into this athlete with the goal, if you break it down to the very basic, which is a business, that's what we're talking about, the goal of selling more product because of that athlete. That's the basic concept. Yes, of course, they have to believe in the athlete and it's great if they come along well. Yeah. But if you just talk raw business, that's the idea. Company, doesn't matter so much to be honest if they like him or not. There's always a personal factor, of course. But in the end, does this athlete, it's an investment, right? They're investing into the athlete. Does this athlete help us increase our revenue, make more money? Very simple, but that's the basic idea. If you're an athlete or if you're a person that are in business, first of all, one rule is super important when you talk to the biggest one in business. Never make a decision purely based on money. I'm not talking about selling NFTs and business and stocks and all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. That is purely financial. Like the Warren Buffett's out there, that's a different game. But if you're working with humans and if you're having a product that involves humans and as a company with humans and an athlete with humans, it's very important you never make a decision based entirely of money. That cannot go well for either parties. 100% it's not gonna go to the fullest potential. There's gotta be more behind it. So there has to be more than money behind it. What does that mean? So for me, once I have logos on my chest, there are only two reasons on a triathlon suit that I have logos representing me as a sponsor or partner. The first one is, does the company and product make me a better athlete? Very simple as that. Am I convinced of the product? Am I really believing, truly believing, not the paycheck, am I believing that this product is great? The people in the company are those visionaries that want to expand, they want to grow, they want to think outside of the box. What are the values of the people in the company? Those are questions that are important because if you're not on the same level with those guys in the business world, in the company, that partnership is not going to go well for either party. There's going to be drama, lots of it, and it's not going to work. Number two, do the people in that company believe in me as an athlete? Do they think that I can be one of the big boys out there and really be successful or not? That in turn will highly motivate me to be the absolute best ambassador for that brand possible, right? I gotta believe in the product, I truly believe it. That's why already now in stories on Instagram and here I talk openly about brands that I know right now that I believe in. And I have no problem talking about ones that I don't believe in either. So if any of the 2 points above are not fully ticked, I am not interested in working with a company. Let's go a bit further with sponsorship. In general, for sponsorship, there are normally three major brands. Look at Frodeno. Three major brands that support the athlete financially. Mostly it's a bike brand, then it's either an insurance or something other big behind it like Nike, Red Bull or something like it. Those are the three major ones. Then you have 2 to 4 other supporting sponsors. They for sure supply you with material. It could be a wheel sponsor. He also does aerodynamic testing. It could be something like that, gear. And sometimes they also have a kickback. So let's say based on results, if you have a great race, you might get some financial bonuses from them as well. So that's kind of the setup of the sponsorship side that I'm aiming to go for and that the most successful ones use. I know what you're thinking. I know how this sounds. How can this rookie guy who hasn't achieved anything in the pro world, a little bit in age group world, but that doesn't mean so much. How can he be so picky as a rookie triathlete? Shouldn't be he like say yes to everything, absolutely yes, everything. Here, take me, any brand, anything. Oh yeah, $500 here and there, that's great, anything. I don't think so. I don't think so, to be honest, because I'm trying to become the best athlete I can be. So I need brands behind me that I can work together with a partnership that supply me with the best material out there, best products, so I have a chance at being the best out there. So how am I planning to finance my dream to go full-time, which I'm now on the way to, and finance it and pay the bills? What's my plan? Okay, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. I have a few blueprints. One of them is Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has a great book as well and a podcast, lots of knowledge about him out there. One thing is, for example, what he did back then in the 70s in a sport, bodybuilding back then, where there was no money in, kind of similar to triathlon. There's not much money in there in the sport. It has to do mainly with how much audience is watching. College football, for example, massive audience, massive sponsorship. It goes a bit hand in hand, so I really love what the PTO is doing. They're pushing the sport, promoting it, making it exciting to watch, because 8 hours Kona on TV is for somebody that's really in the sport exciting, but for everybody else it's boring. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, back in the 70s, like I said, no money in the bodybuilding world, but he wanted to be a pro bodybuilder. He came from Austria, he had absolutely nothing, and he needed to finance his bodybuilding. So what did he do? He had some skills with a friend of his in bricklayering, so they started a bricklayering business. They built stuff for other people, all the other bodybuilders basically, they got some extra tan, so they started helping with it. And through that company, they're building walls, they're helping people and building houses, and that's the kind of stuff. He financed his dream, he financed his bodybuilding. That's the blueprint. When I decided to leave the CEO position, I had to make a call pretty quickly, within 2 to 3 weeks. I had to find a business idea that will finance this dream and that I'm passionate about. I'm big into passion and believing that you should do something that you enjoy doing, that you like doing, that's not something that you're dreading. I know some people say, but it's work, it's just gotta be this way. I don't believe that. I rather keep searching all my life instead of just accepting that and saying, okay, if you dread it, that's fine. Don't believe that either, because that's not the truth. So I had a few ideas what I could do. It could be online business based. I had a few things that would probably work and finance it, but I wasn't really passionate about it. The easy one is regarding a decision. Either it is hell yeah or no. It's a very simple one. Derek Sivers on the Tim Ferriss podcast talked about it. That's where I got it from. Any decision, do it like that. Your life will be better. Either it's hell yeah or no. That's how I approached these business ideas I had. But I came to the conclusion that I worked with people and humans. I back then started studying physiotherapy because I wanted to help people in kind of this sporty environment. And that's how I got into it, and that's how I worked with people all the time, help people, help patients, and I want to keep doing that. I want to keep working with people, not on a physio base though. I want to work with people that are highly motivated. So I can copy Arnold Schwarzenegger's one. I'm not much of a good bricklayer for sure, but I am a good sport physiotherapist. I did a lot of work to become that. So that translates really well into personal training, something I'm passionate about. Working with people that have the same values, that have really big dreams, big goals with their body. It could be in a sport, it could be an ice hockey player, it could be a CEO, it could be something like it. I called it the 1% personal training. It stands for the people that have a special mindset and really want to get after big goals that most people would say, no, that's not possible. Those people can come to me. I want to work with those people. We'll have a free first session, either in Zurich or in Kloten. Kloten is 5 minutes from the airport here in Zurich. There are 2 gyms. I'm going to be continue working with Halle 41. That's a gym I worked at and built a sport physiotherapy department, which is now massively growing. Really happy to see that. This way I keep working with good people that give energy back. So when I give energy to help them, I mostly get it just as much back, and it's not a taxing work for me. I enjoy it. It gets me out of the endless hamster wheel that I'm about to embark in, which is professional sports. It's 24/7, 365, all the time, on, basically, in the sport, and there you need some kind of balance. For me, balance is helping other people. That is really something that balances me. That's part of the reasons why I do this here. I just enjoy doing this and hopefully inspire someone, hopefully motivate someone, teach if I can in the area I'm competent in. So that gives me a lot of energy back. So with the personal training, which I'm currently building up, and slots are filling fast, there's going to be a limited amount of people I take because of the main choice, of course, that I don't want to build personal training, massive company or anything like that, what I did before. That's not the goal. The goal is that I keep balanced, that I can pay the bills, that I have some money, can put it back. So I'm going to be working 15 hours max a week, which is kind of like a part-time job, plus some YouTube and other things I'm doing. So like maybe 20 hours a week of work, which is not classic work that's draining me, but work that is giving energy back and that I love to do, like this. So 20 hours a week is a massive step down to what I had before, up to 80-hour work weeks frequently. So 20 hours for me is a little holiday. It's a walk in the park, so I can do what I do. The important thing is that I am flexible, that I'm self-sufficient, and I'm not reliant on anything outside. I have my own world, I can train, I can recover, I can keep helping people, and that's something that's important for my balance. So this is a blueprint like Arnold Schwarzenegger used. I'm gonna keep working like this until I reach a point in the pro ranks, of course, that I can play with the big boys, that I'm on the podium, that I can win Ironmans, and from there on, I'm quite confident that from this point on, the right partners will come into play, maybe before. It depends on a few things, but important is that I can focus on my process, on my journey, on a daily basis, because only me being the fittest athlete I can be is gonna lead to me achieving my dream to be one of the bigger boys in the sport. How big? I cannot tell you because I can just see the current day. But the last 3 months where I had more time to recover, the process was very rapid. I really improved a lot, mainly due to recovery. Of course, I stepped up the volume and all that, but slowly, steady with Coach Brazer, who takes care of me, and we are a good team, so I'm set. So back to the original topic, sponsorship. Last final promise to everybody out there and to myself is the following. Any company I partner up with is a company I 100% trust in the product. So if I'm gonna promote a product on this channel, on Instagram, anywhere, it's gonna be on my suit. It's a company I believe in. Like I said, it has to tick the values, it has to tick the product, everything has to kind of feel right as well. The gut feeling is a big one with a business decision for both parties. Are the people behind it dreamers or not? It's important for me. It doesn't have to be the already existing one. It can be a startup company that's really starting to go upwards and really dreaming big. If the product is right, if the people are right, I'm happy to partner up. So again, that's the end of this week. That's it already. I hope you found this interesting. I love this topic. It's interesting. I have passion for business as well in all this world, so it's interesting to me. It's in the end just all a game, which you have to understand. The whole life is a game. You just have to play it how you want to. I changed my life around and now chasing my dream, doing what I love most is doing the sport, being out there training, recovering, and hopefully being one of the big boys in the sport. That's it for this week, guys. See you next week. Bye. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. You can really help me out if you like and subscribe, push your notification bell, comment below what you want to see next, and I see you in the next video.